Welcome back to video number 4. I am at Concourse A, Terminal 3 of the Dubai International Airport, getting ready for the 4th flight in this series, and it's going to be another A380 from Dubai to Kuala Lumpur. I hope to get more footage because the past few flights, number one, most of them were night flights. The flights were really full, so I really couldn't do much filming around the cabin without getting into people's way and spoiling their privacy. So hopefully a little bit more footage on this flight. So stay with us, enjoy the flight, sit back, relax and enjoy Airborne with Helen. Spent 3 hours at the Plaza Premium Lounge, which is mediocre at best. The only positive was the shower. Fresh, I headed to our aircraft for today, and it was A6 EEF, which has been with Emirates for the past 12 years. This aircraft has a slightly fewer seats than the previous A380, as this plane has a crew rest area at the back. The other difference is that the first row on the main deck is behind a bulkhead that the previous version didn't have. Boarding was fast, as this flight would have a very light economy class load. The cabin, like always, was bright, clean and well appointed.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning from the flight deck. Welcome on board Emirates Flight 342, Airbus A380, very shortly departing for the Kuala Lumpur International Airport. My name is Kevin Breakspear. It's my pleasure to be your captain on the flight this morning. Join me on the flight deck, Senior First Officer Sam Liu, looking after your safety and comfort in the cabin. Today, 24 crew members, led by the purser Adam, assisted by cabin supervisors Mohammed and Mahmoud. Talking to you 15 minutes before the scheduled departure time of the flight, and today's flight time is going to be around 6.5 hours to Malaysia. Weather conditions along the route expected to be good. However, we recommend whenever you're seated to keep your seatbelt fastened in case we encounter any unexpected bumps. And when we get to Kuala Lumpur around 9:30 or so in the evening, it's going to be nice weather as well. Few range hours.
Most of the economy passengers were located in the first zone of the main deck, and so I moved to the very back of the plane to a window seat for takeoff. Before departure, the crew went personally to every passenger to ask if they were fasting, and if they were, a sticker was placed on their seat and the crew asked their choice of main meal from the lunch menu. This then would be kept aside and heated and served to them during iftar. This was a very nice touch by Emirates. When the doors closed, pushback was on time, but the taxi to the runway took another half an hour. Once the seatbelt sign was switched off, I headed back to the forward zone and had the entire last row middle section to myself. While I would have enjoyed the seat at the back section, everyone seated in that area seemed to have a cough and I just didn't want to pick anything up. An hour after takeoff, lunch was served and I regretfully chose the sambal dory fish. It was the worst airplane meal I can remember ever having. The steamed fish had a sambal that tasted like it came from a bottle of chili sauce. The saving grace was the coleslaw and the dessert. The crew, when clearing my tray, did offer me the other choice, which was beef. As she noticed, I didn't finish the fish, but I declined. Once again, the cabin lights were dimmed and everyone took the opportunity to relax, and every once in a while, the crew would go around the cabin offering drinks and snacks. And yes, for the first time in 40 years of flying, I managed to spill water on myself. The crew was quick to bring me paper towels, and thankfully my Uniqlo Aerism pants, which is kinda waterproof and it didn't absorb too much water and it dried very fast. So I did take a walk around the cabin while the crew changed my seat cushion. Two hours before landing, a light meal was served, which was just nice. An hour later, the lunch meal was served to those who were fasting for iftar. All 4 flights with Emirates, the seat and cabin were well maintained, well appointed and clean, but the narrow seats on the 777 was on the uncomfortable side. Even on the A380, it did feel cramped when full. But as always, the entertainment system was excellent. Food served was either a hit or a miss. Quantity was more than needed, but some of the main courses really not tasty at all. On night flights of around 6 hours, the light snack service wasn't really needed. I, however, appreciated the metal cutlery and the menu card. The crew were generally nice and professional. The crew in my zone on this Dubai to Kuala Lumpur sector were outstanding. Even had a nice conversation with the purser. On previous flights, there were 1 or 2 not so enthusiastic crew. Sadly, my check-in experience was not perfect. The long wait in Kuala Lumpur and a queue enforcer in Barcelona that really didn't need to shout at passengers spoiled the check-in experience. The Emirates app was fantastic, providing all the needed information and easy to use for online check-in. The long 7 and also 6 hour transits in Dubai were truly a killer. I had to pay for lounge access to help me survive these long transits. I would give Emirates a 4 out of 5 stars for all my 4 flights on this trip. Overall, it's a good airline. thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for your support. Take care. Goodbye.